We'll show two people who've never done improv how easy, if you have a supportive team around you, it can be. So,
welcome to Bold Encounters. I am Mark Cook, and about a couple of months ago, I recorded an episode with the Holly Mandel. It was about taking improv into the corporation and making an impact on how people lead and how people cooperate with their verbal communication. And at the end, we had so much fun together, Holly and I, all by ourselves. So we said, let's put a big group together and let's do the thing that they do and grew up doing, which is improv. Holly Mandel was trained at the world-famous Groundlings in L.A., and she actually performed the longest-running improv show in L.A. She taught some really great people, Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy.
In my classes, taught him everything. I mean, it's obvious.
It's really two of the funniest people ever, I think.
Thank you.
With Will Ferrell, is it?
Yeah, we got to share the stage many times. He came up when I did, so I've played with him, and he's amazing, lovely human.
Liz Coyne, she performed at the Second City in Chicago. She has done a one-woman show internationally and at the famous Edinburgh, Scotland Fringe Festival. Everyone in comedy, everyone in performance of any kind knows. And then Sarah, part of her iMergence team, she's worked with Jeff Goldblum, famous for Music Man now and Wicked.
Everything that you've seen Jeff Goldblum do, he did in The Music Man. He is The Fly. He is Jurassic Park. He does conduct a band in it because it's The Music Man.
So he's licking his hands in The Music Man like a fly, kind of?
Yes! You wouldn't believe it. I also did the 2008 revival of Gypsy with Patti LuPone. Those are my two name drops.
Love it. I love it. And Brian Palermo.
Hi, Mark. Hi, James.
Oh, so fun to have you. He's only appeared in Friends, The Tonight Show, and films like Social Network.
So I had a long career as an actor. I did all those things and a bunch of other small things and such and things, and I love it.
Not only this, but James Wilson is a dear friend. He has just gotten back, just barely, from a 30-mile hike on top and through the Grand Tetons. He's a serious hiker. And he's also a veteran, decade-long sales leader in the medical industry. And not a very funny subject, but he probably makes it.
I try to make it funny, yeah.
But I have to use what he's not expecting. I called him last night, had a conflict, and he said, well, Mark, I'm a sales leader, and it's only the last day of the quarter, but I'll come. He's here. He's sitting here.
Hey, right on, James.
Good to be here. Glad to be here.
I'm going to turn the reins over to you for a minute, Holly, to kick us off and get us going on this improv.
Thank you, Mark. I was so pumped by what we talked about, and I was so delighted. Liz, Brian, we all facilitate this. We love to go into companies and help people understand why improv can be so useful. A lot of people don't know what improv is when you say it. So we thought, let's do a show. You can jump in. We'll show two people who've never done improv how easy, if you have a supportive team around you, it can be. So our goal is to entertain you, but also give you some tidbits. So first thing I thought that we could do is do a game called Alphabet. And what we're going to do is go in numerical order. That's why we have these numbers. And each of us will begin our sentence with the next corresponding letter of the alphabet. So Sarah would start with A, Liz would start with B. If any of us make a mistake or take too long, James and Mark, you guys got to boo.
Okay.
Really loud at us. And then we'll have to fix it. So you guys get to tell us, this is an orientation. This is a welcome to what kind of camp, like a adult camp to learn how to do what?
Communicate.
A communication camp. Love that. All right, and then you have to give us some applause to start us off.
Let's do this.
All right, here we go.
All right, everybody. I hope you're ready to communicate.
Before we get started, everyone, please clear your throat 3 to 17 times.
12 is all I can do, Dina. I'd like to introduce the most important part of our team, Bethany.
Don't be confused. I'm not the famous Bethany who was here years before. I'm her twin sister, also named Bethany, but really happy to be here and excited to teach you how to communicate.
Everyone is always confusing those two Bethanies, and it's really been a hard struggle. So I'm glad that we've kind of cleared the air here.
Forget everything you learned at last year's camp. This year, we're taking a whole new approach.
Go strong, go big, go loud, go clear.
Help yourself talk better.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Just believe in yourself. And that's all you have to do in order to succeed.
Knowledge is the first step, and then execution.
Leveling the playing field is the next step. Remember that you're no better or worse than anyone in the room.
Merging ideas can be very important when it comes to communication. You want to make sure to include everyone.
Never interrupt anyone either.
Oh, never interrupt. Oh, no.
Yay!
Woo!
Nice work.
Man, that was amazing.
I think it's
fun.
fun, but
That's
You'd be
fun.
surprised.
you'd be surprised. Cool. So we thought we would include you both in a little demo of what we put into practice. The two magic words that all improvisers learn are yes and they are how we did what we do, which is we yes and ourselves. I'm sure each of us were like, we don't know what we're saying, but we're going to yes and it and just see where it goes. And we yes and each other. So we have to kind of listen to one another. So James, how about you and Brian demonstrate what we don't want to be doing, which is a yes, but conversation. So you can see the power of just changing one word. So Brian and James are going to do a little yes, but brainstorming.
Okay.
You're going to be planning a Halloween party for all your sales team. Okay. And both of you have to start your sentence with yes, but, and you have to mean but.
Okay.
You got to find something about what Brian, I don't know, we're going to spend a lot of money on this thing. All right. So let's see where that goes. How does that sound? James, you know what you're doing?
I'm in. Yep.
Yay!
Gotcha.
Brian,
Plan this.
But James, the Halloween party for the sales team is going to be in the Superdome.
Oh, yes. That's awesome. But that's going to be a problem with our finances, okay? We're not going to be able to do that. There's no way.
Yes, but I've got a connection to illegal money, so we can still have a party.
Yes, but that puts us in jail, buddy. I don't want to go to jail. There's no way.
Yes, but you were so popular in jail, James.
Yes, but those are older men. I like the younger men. Okay?
Yes, but don't close yourself off. You're attracted to a lot of different people.
Okay, yay!
We were getting off. Wrong tangent.
The one thing, I got to just say this, the one thing James said before we started and you guys got on, he says, my wife told me the only thing I can't do is get canceled. I think we're on our way.
We're almost there.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
One example I think is both sad and funny in workplace. I always love it when they hire the next person to do a big project in some area and he or she stands up and says, now, I know the last team was terrible, and I know that the work was terrible, and they did a horrible job, but we're here now, and we're going to do it so much better, and it's going to be terrific. It's painful.
And everyone feels like garbage.
Nice job, Brian, by the way.
All right, so now Mark and Liz are going to demonstrate.
Hey, just a few seconds. As a premium member, you make a difference, not just a buck. Now you can give the gift of Bold Encounters Premium to someone else who you think could do the same. It takes just seconds at boldencounters.tv. Think of one person, a founder, a young adult, some person that you've helped mentor, raise, a leader, or even the chief executive. Give them the gift of weekly action plans with experts right by their side. Give them clarity and confidence to remove roadblocks and lead life's work just like you do. Go to boldencounters.tv and give the gift of premium to someone you care about. Thank you for making this all possible, and we'll see you soon.
So now Mark and Liz are going to demonstrate a 180 approach, the magic of improv, which is saying yes and to each other.
Yes,
and
and-
those watching can see if there is a difference, and we can chat about it for a sec. So
Oh, you'll
how
be the
about
good
you
guy.
both
Nice. I'm
are
back up.
planning a Halloween party? All right. And you both start with yes and. How does that sound?
I love it.
Okay, here we go. Liz,
All right. I think we should have this Halloween party at like a big ski resort.
Yes, and we'll do ski jumps right off the bat.
Yes, and all of the skis can be branded and glittery.
Yes, and we can watch the Molly Bloom movie where she crashes.
Yeah, on repeat. And when everyone's done with watching that, at night we can have a big music like dance party with a DJ.
Yes, and everyone has to wear ski goggles while they do disco.
Yes, and it's an open bar with any flavor Bloody Mary you want.
Yes, and we'll have designated drivers pull into the building.
yeah.
Woo!
Now you made that
So
look
positive.
very easy, Mark. That was hard. What did you do to make that look so fantastic?
I just thought yes, and I just have to build on what she says instead of contradict it and act like I'm building on it.
Right.
It's such a habit in workplaces so much, yeah.
Yeah. So that's really like our primary philosophy. And you kind of, if people go like, how do you do what you do? That's kind of where we start. And
That's the
then you just
foundation.
practice and you practice listening and all sorts of things. So do another one.
Yep.
Okay, great.
do
Let's do
this.
Sarah and Brian. Sarah and Brian are, they work for undercover spies, kind of like a James Bond situation. And they're presenting to the rest of us the new gadgets that you have created, right? They've not heard this before. We're making this up. And so they're going to be demonstrating with what objects you have. And I have some sound effects.
Oh, good. I was
So
like,
I'm going to be playing sound effects. And whenever you hear them, you'll just have to justify them. So this is another form of yes and. You hear something, whether it was planned or not, you just incorporate it, you justify it. So
and then just remind me, Holly, we're undercover spies.
you're like the gadget makers. What is
Gadget
this?
makers.
Q?
We're the Q
Yep.
of James
Great.
Bond world. You know that, Sarah.
Yeah, I love that reference. So familiar.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Okay, so Sarah and Brian are showing us all the new things. And Mark and James, this job that 007 has, it takes place in what country or what famous city?
London.
Yeah. So this is London, it's home turf. So these gadgets might have things to do with London. All right, here we go. Yay!
Agent Cordova and I are incredibly busy, and we just want to give you this quick tutorial on the new weapons.
It has been such a hard time of year because people are doing crime all over the place. But we are very excited because we're basing a lot of our gadgets today on things that we've seen around London. So, for example, we've got the Big Ben.
It's what we
Right.
call the Big Ben. It
You want to hold it up and I'll, yeah.
It's devised to imitate the sound of a tiger's stomach rumbling. This will scare off any prey who's not a higher predator than the tiger in the food chain.
In tests, it's worked 7 out of 10 times. So we're really, really pumped for how it's going to work this year.
And we have a lot of other weapons. Agent Cordova?
Oh, yes. So we also have, it's a pair called the London Bridges. And I just brought it here. There are two little, if we can see. And what they do is they make you feel as though you have been called to the principal's office in your childhood. You get that like feeling, and then everybody else around you goes, "Ah," and then you want to turn yourself in.
It's a neurological trigger that is incredibly effective, especially on people in areas of crime. They know they're getting caught. They don't want to get caught. That's the last thing. That trigger, that alarm, would scare off anybody.
One more, Brian.
Scared me.
Right. We have this last item. Agent Cordova and I were integral in creating. You'll see it's very, very small. You might have to look in there. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny. It's a tiny baby. This baby can be grown up and trained to be anything you need. A gardener, a weapons expert, someone in ordnance, someone who's an engineer, whatever you need. Agent Cordoba, what do you think about the baby?
I love it. And you know what? We just finally released the name. It's the Downton Abbey. And it really, really can show a multitude of casting.
Yay! Little baby. Nicely done. All right, let's do another. This time, Liz and Sarah, we're going to do a new choice. All right. And Liz and Sarah are going to be, actually, we'll do all three of you. The three of you are going to the police because you witnessed something. It's called Eyewitness. This game is called Eyewitness. They're going to the police station to report something that most people would never report, but they're a bit strange. And they go to the police about very small things. And so they're making a very big deal. Mark and James, what's a very small, almost not crime, like jaywalking?
I would say the dog walking. Dog walking past trespassing.
Dog
trespassing.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
On the sidewalk of somebody's house, yeah.
Great. So the three of you are going. You can kind of figure out and take turns. And every once in a while, I'm going to say new choice. And they're going to have to change the ending of their sentence. You'll see how it goes. But it's a very challenging game, but I think they're going to do great. So we are at the local police station. Here we go.
Right, well, we came in right away because the dog was just running all over the neighborhood.
New choice.
The dog was running all over the circus grounds.
New choice.
The dog was running all over the fire department, second floor.
And we need the second floor of the fire department. We can't have dogs going all over the place. I mean, we're talking golden retrievers.
New choice.
We're talking poodles.
No choice.
We're talking Shih Tzus in both meanings of the term.
I have never seen so much of what she just said, both in the dog form and in the real form. It's just devastating. I don't know what to tell my therapist.
It's just new choice.
Oh, it's just terrifying. I'm so afraid of small. It is just amazing. Such cute animals disobey the law.
This is the thing. Stacy thought it was kind of cute, but it's a real problem for our fire department fighting men and women.
I single-handedly saw two men trying to go down the fire pole, and they couldn't because I saw two men just switching outfits back and forth. And I was like, is that allowed?
Oh my gosh.
I saw her see those men, and she had just a delight in her eyes when she was watching them go down the fire pole. And the two men in question were like dog haters. Like, the two men in question were following their senses, like their smell overrid everything within them. And those noses found them to the Shih Tzus, which is still just a sign that illegal things are happening in our neighborhood.
Look, and we've got to support our fire people and our police people and our bakers. We got to support everybody in our community.
Why?
We got to support people in the community so that they pay taxes.
Your choice.
So that they bring more cookies to the church.
Your choice.
So that they don't stop. So they stop painting rude graffiti on my fence.
Yay!
Your faces are unbelievable.
A lot of character.
It's
A lot of character.
fun to watch your faces.
To talk about characters, all three of them and myself were trained in it.
A little bit of character, right? Just jump off the face thing that Mark and James are talking about. That's one of the nonverbal elements of communication. So when you communicate best, you want to use a full spectrum of communication. Your facial expression, your body language, your gesture, your paralanguage, everything you do with your voice. So what we're playing with is comedic characters there, but the characters changing your face it changes your audience's engagement. It makes them engage more right off the bat. It's not just somebody talking about how many quarters we have of the blah, 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 which is death for communication. But I jumped and I took over that with the facial stuff as opposed to.
No, I love it. I love it. I was just thinking when you brought that up and you said what you said, it reminded me of a time I was back east and I was in this company. And they literally, right before I was doing my workshop, they said, Jeff, come up. And this older guy comes up and he says, Jeff has worked here for 30 years and here's a certificate. And that was it. He goes, okay, now sit down, Jeff, because we got to hurry and have Mark do this. And I was like, oh. And they were not, they were so stoic. Like there was no genuine facial body language or anything. Yeah, it's very valuable what you're talking about.
Yeah, I find it's just kind of it's almost like a life hack. It's an improv hack, we call it, because for me in this game, as soon as I have this face of like, well, immediately it like gives my brain all of this information like, well, this lady has a lot to say about dog breeds, where me, Liz, just sitting here, I don't necessarily care about golden retrievers versus shih tzus, but this lady certainly does it. So my face like gives me information.
Very good point.
How'd
you think of dog trespassing?
I don't know. It just popped into my head. I don't know.
It's good.
No question.
I always talk a little bit about when we do, because we're all character-based trained, it kind of means for as improvisers, it means that the person is the most important element. So like the person and the character is really important, where a lot of other styles of improv make it about the situation and make it about like the plot and how it moves forward. So it transitions to how we work with our clients on a corporate level, because we know that everybody has it within themselves to be whoever that they want to be when they're presenting or doing this thing. We take out like the circumstances involved around it. So it's kind of like a little bit comforting that like everything you have is within.
Oh.
Well, it's such an amazing point. Like we talk about appreciating people in the workplace and we think about the job and the situation like you're talking about. But appreciation, one of the definitions is appraisal and valuing. And if you're appreciating a person, you're really about the human and the character and the person. And so I love what you just said. That was so great.
So, Sarah, you can take a corporate lawyer that's talking about compliance and make him fun.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to say yes after watching even the first few minutes.
It's true. And another thing too that you probably see in action that they make look so easy is everyone's trying to make everybody look good on their team. It's maybe you can feel it's not competitive. They're not trying to one up each other or kind of screw each other over. And that's a big piece of what improv is about too, is real team emphasis. So they're not negating each other. As a matter of fact, they're trying to make each other's points even better.
Yeah. Perfect.
Amazing.
So,
that never happens in sales, does it?
No, it never does.
No one ever competes.
We're always trying to compete.
Take my client. Go in my territory. Hey,
let's
you want to
do
split the
another
pay?
game. Let's do another game that includes you. Let's do another game that includes you. This is called One Word Story.
Okay.
And it sounds like what it is. We're all 6 of us going to tell a story, and we only get one word at a time. It's going to start with Sarah, and it goes around to 3 for me, and then it'll go to Mark, and then it'll go to James, and it'll go back to Sarah.
Okay.
And the key is to kind of put into practice some of the things we've been talking, which is you can't pre-plan. If you're a control freak, you got to really let that go, because you got to love where it's going. And you want to yes and what's already happening, and just add one word just to make it a little bit better or more interesting, but you don't have to hit home runs every time. So it's kind of the goal here. I'll launch off with a sentence and then pass it to Sarah, and then we'll jump in. How does that sound? Any questions what we're doing?
So, Mark, who are you after?
We're fit. Okay, so I'll be 5, you be 6?
Yep. Okay.
Okay, I'll be 5 and he'll be 6. And who's 4 again? Because I don't see numbers.
You're
okay, so we're after Holly. Okay. All right.
So first of all, let's get some love going.
Let's do this.
Amanda woke up and realized that she had forgotten to
vary
her
wardrobe
for
the play.
One word, friend.
Oh, play.
The play. There you go. You're killing me here. You're really good at the
if you were in a workshop with me, I would say, what is making you say 2 words, do you think?
I just love articles. I mean, who doesn't love a good article? Like a and and the. I mean, who doesn't love those?
So it's great. So then what we would say is if you do improv for a while, you go, oh, I already know what I think comes after the. I'm excited to hear what James does and takes it into a new direction. So that's kind of the next level is you kind of have to let it go.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And small words and big words are all equal in improv land.
Gotcha.
So let me just restate that and see if I get it. So I'm more concerned about him making it an exciting story. And so if I don't say an article, how do you do that? Give me an example of that.
No, the article is correct. You just said 2 words, the something.
Okay, all right.
And you got so excited to say what the something
But
is.
none of you said articles. Like you all had good words and I was throwing articles. But I'll try again. Let's try again.
They're all good words.
They're all good words.
Because if you didn't have it, we'd sound like cave people.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, the goal is just to say a sentence, not to say something, interesting. So we just say the next logical word.
Right. It's like the goal is we all say a sentence together.
Yeah, we say
Let's
the sentence.
try another one, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Not to confuse the thing, Sarah, why don't you kick off with a sentence and then we'll do one word starting with Liz.
Okay. Ronald was so excited. He was about to run his very first marathon. That morning, he woke up and
put
on
his
pants.
One
leg
at
time.
Then
he
marched
straight
to
the
fire
place
and
grabbed
a
lucky
star
to
convince
his
team
that
big
ideas
are
possible.
Yeah.
Nice, Mark. You got it, buddy.
Yeah. That was great.
I gotta say, that was awesome.
So, Mark, can I say something on that one? Yeah. I was the A guy or the and guy. I don't think I said anything that was bigger than an article, but it's all part of the teamwork. It's all part of your team winning, and not just you standing out in a certain way.
In fact, I was trying to try the other sorts of words, and I kind of set you up. It was a little hard because I said I kind of took the good one, and then he was like place, and it was a good answer. And yet I set him up to really have to think. And so it goes both ways. Like
It's an interesting thing because over time, this is your second time doing it, so you're phenomenal. But over time, you kind of stop worrying about it because you trust your team. And even if it didn't make sense, we'd all help fix it. And so it has this kind of, it's a little uncertain and it's a little loose. And so that's why trust has to really be present in any kind of team, because James has to know, well, you're doing your best. And if it's fire something, could be fireplace, fire station. But we would go with it. That's where we go. Oh, that's what it is now. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Love it.
Do a couple more.
Yeah. Well, those are fun. Fun stuff.
It's
fun looking at you guys while we do it. I mean, I don't know if you see the same thing when you look at corporations and stuff, but looking at you guys do it is amazing.
Let's do another character one because that seemed really fun. So this is a game we call Focus Group. And Mark and James, if you want to jump in and also pretend you're part of the focus group with me, we can do that. But I'm running this market research focus group. You're the clients. And Sarah, Liz, and Brian are 3 weirdos that are testing a product for like $10. And we're watching their feedback. So what is the product that they tested? What, is it shampoo? What is it?
You want us?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You guys.
What do you want?
I'm perfume. Let's do perfume.
Perfume that you tried.
Perfume.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out as we hear from them what was maybe unique about this perfume, maybe what the name of it is. You guys get to make it all up. And they're going to pick kind of bizarro characters. And just to make it a little bit more fun, we're going to give you something. I'm going to give them things that they're sort of obsessed with as people. They're not going to talk about these things, but it's going to give you a sense of what kind of person. So like, oh, they're the kind of person who, whatever. All right. So Sarah, you're very obsessed with ghosts.
Okay.
All right. She never talks about it. Very obsessed with ghosts. Liz, you're obsessed with very large coffee mugs. Your house is full of them. Okay. And Brian, you're obsessed with circus animals.
Okay.
Whatever that means. I pulled it out of the air. You're just obsessed with them. Okay. So these are our three friends, and let's give them some love. Here we go.
Do this.
Hey, Holly, I just got to say, in case I laugh too hard, this is so real. This is like The Office and the focus groups, the people that show up. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. We really
Welcome.
we really appreciate it. We're sorry for the long wait. Does anybody have to be anywhere soon?
I don't have any appointments.
I'm here as long as you need me.
Oh, my gosh.
Great. Well, first thing we like to do is just make sure we have the right people in the right room. If we could just go through, you'll introduce yourself. Tell us what you do for a living. We'll start here with number one.
Oh, hello. My name is Broomhilda. And I, as a profession, just notice.
Oh, that's an interesting job.
I never heard of that. That's great. That's awesome.
Great. Number two.
Hey, hi everybody. My name is Lisa Marie Piotr. I am a kindergarten teacher by both trade and spirit.
Oh, my gosh.
Wonderful.
God, I mean, hi, I'm Marshall, and I do a lot of these. I try to try out as many products as I can because I like products and I like things that happen to me. Sometimes they're good things, sometimes they're bad things, but I like things.
Yeah, Marshall, I recognize you. You've been here many times.
I've been a bunch of times before, yeah.
I see your eyebrows are growing back.
Yeah, thank God. That was a really good lighter. It was a great lighter. It was a very efficient lighter. Burned off my eyebrows. It was so funny.
Have you found work yet since we last spoke?
Yeah. I got a new gig at Panera. I make sandwiches.
I love the pick two. I get a salad and a soup. Love it.
There's only two options. You can pick a bunch of things. It's so cool.
Great. All right. So to get started, you all tried our wonderful product, our perfume. Would you please tell us some feedback? What did you notice about people around you? Just raise your hand if you'd like to jump in. What did you notice around you? Yes, Broomhilda, and then Marshall.
Well, I noticed once I sprayed the perfume on, everyone around me looked and then looked away.
Oh, great. Marshall.
Yeah, I thought first, I don't think you should call it perfume because that's feminizing it. And I think it's like a cologne. I think it's a very masculine scent. And so I was wearing it all over town. I mean, I went everywhere at this company, and most people, they would look at me like, what is that? And I don't know if that's me because I get that reaction a lot, but I think it's only partially onto the perfume. And it's like, it gets a lot of attention. Perfume gets attention.
Great. Nice. Lisa Marie.
Yes. Now, I had a slightly different experience. Though I personally love the fragrance, it sent my kindergarten students all into just not quite anaphylactic shock, but an allergic reaction unlike the kinds I've ever seen.
Interesting. Wow. We have two gentlemen that actually make the product here. Stephen and Stefan. We get them mixed up quite a bit. Stephen and Stefan. Either of you have a question or anything you'd like to find out?
Yeah, the anaphylactic reaction. What kind of anaphylactic reaction was that, and how did that occur, and how did you solve that? Anything we need to talk about on that?
Thank you so much for asking. And yes, it was not real anaphylactic. All of my children are very safe. It was just a whole hour of sneezing. It was just, imagine 20 kindergartners sneezing in unison for about an hour.
Wow.
Did you put too much on? We just want one spray. Did you put more than one spray?
Oh, my days. I did the whole bottle.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, okay.
I used a lot of it. I put some under my chin. I put some behind my ears. I put some on my armpits. I used a lot of it.
Did you not tell them the rules?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
We just stepped away from we stepped outside of the glass, the two-way glass, to just ask a couple of questions. Another question that I have is, do any of you live with anyone? Are you married? Do you have a roommate or anything like that? Is it helpful at home in any way besides going out?
Not good for me. I live with my mom, and she hates it. She wanted me to open the window. She wanted me to turn on the fan. She wanted me to leave the room. She wanted me to change my name. Like, she did not like your scent at all. And I thought, like, Ma, that's another thing that we don't get along on, because I think this is an awesome scent. It's kind of like a pheromone or like a crab boil.
I would say my housemates, once I put it on, disappeared for hours, and then came back as a person from a different war.
That would be awesome. That would be crazy. I wish my mom was some kind of war veteran and he would come back as like some from the Peloponnesian War or something like that. My mom's so boring. I hate my mom.
Okay, yeah.
He smiles while he says he hates us.
I mean, there you go.
Nice work.
The
Nice
people
work.
who are testing our products. Yes. Great.
Gosh, that is so real.
Great for jumping in. Yeah, it's a little real. Yep.
That one's really fun. I love that one.
That was a good one, right? Yeah, you like the character stuff, Mark. That's cool.
I guess. I love that.
There's an interesting thing too about character work that we learn. I don't know if you would find this interesting or anybody watching, but there's all this research between the mind and the body and emotions. They're all sort of connected, and they're kind of like a triangle. I think we even talked about this, Mark, in our last conversation, and you can kind of jump on that wheel at any place. So if you change your face and your body and you get like this, what happens is your emotions follow kind of a fearful way into a fearful state, and then your thoughts follow. And when you're just playing, it's really fun. Like Liz was saying, you kind of get into a position and a body and an attitude, and actors are just really naturally good at this thing, but anyone can do it. And what you get to do is you get to kind of relax and don't go, what would this person say? It's like you actually start thinking like that person. It's kind of wild, right? Isn't that what you guys find?
Yeah, it's also like the how there was like that thing, like the power pose. Like there was a thing, especially for women in business, to be like, feel really confident. Like you give yourself like a Peter Pan, like a really powerful pose before you have to do a presentation.
Yeah.
And there's something about it that like when the shoe fits, like you kind of step into that position. So it's like fun to play with it in different ways.
I think it seems really valuable in that, there's also conflict in the workplace, and it's really popular to say, oh, it's really healthy that we have disagreement and conflict. And I've never really bought in all the way to that. I think it's very possible to actually get along and debate things and have a very positive experience disagreeing on opinions. But when people get a little bit fixed and upset and determined that they're right and stuff, this sort of a thing must be really valuable to when you're asking someone to break out of their current mindset and paradigm to be something different. It must loosen things up, does it?
It does. You get dynamics get set, and you see that certain unhealthy dynamics are there. And this is a great reset for those kinds of things. And like you said, it gets people to try different tools and like, wow, I can still disagree and be really positive about it. So I agree with you.
Real quick, the one thing I was thinking about, Holly, is we often know these people at work, but we don't know really who they are. And this actually kind of shows some of their talents, some of their abilities, and maybe some of their fears, right? And so it gets to kind of to know the person more in depth, right? And then you can kind of know who they are. It's like it's kind of a cool kind of a concept. I love it.
No, that's so cool,
so
James.
true.
That's exactly what it kind of feels to us when we walk in. You feel the formality of the workplace, and you feel everybody has their presentation of how they are. And then 2 hours later, it's like, oh, the humans just showed up.
Exactly.
Great. Well, what I'd love to do, because Liz is in the middle of my screen, at least. Liz is going to be from a foreign country. We don't quite know her exact place, but luckily Brian and Sarah both speak that language. And so Liz is a very famous speaker. She's going to come through and demonstrate something that she does very well in her country. And then Sarah and Brian are going to take turns translating what Liz has said. And of course she's speaking gibberish, but we will pretend that she's speaking a language, because I know you both just went, what language is it? So this is her doing gibberish. And Liz is a creator of something, and she can have a PowerPoint. She can have, what does she have? What did she create, or what is she an inventor of?
For visitors transportation on boats. The paddle that the guy stands and paddles.
Oh, like the
Venice, yeah.
So let's say, Liz, you're like a very famous gondolier, a family of gondoliers, and there's a lot of skill required in doing it and a lot of moves. People just think it's really simple, and it's not. Also, the kind of pole, I think, is significant. So you're going to go through the whole thing for us. And luckily, Sarah and Brian are going to help you translate. And let's give them some love.
Hello, everyone. My name is Harriet Does It All.
Sabah, hibaha, siba, di, aba, higara.
I'd like to share 3 points about gondoliering.
Higara ina habachi, shaba, chi, pachi, dara, dora.
Most people don't realize how strong and tough you have to be a gondolier, but I make it look easy.
It is.
Sabah, ikba, hina, chibadi, da, iba, na, da.
Okay, some patrons and passengers are small, some are medium-sized, some are heavy. Those are harder.
Jibababi, cha ti 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 ti, ba.
My favorite are the ones that are about this big and don't make any noise.
Shabi hima sef susa, anima hama, bahana, and then agra, dazaha.
I love tourists from all across Europe. I don't like
Nanani.
I kid. I didn't mean it. I really do love all people.
Sabe the guka, gaba nanana sma.
The gondolier's pole is reticulating and can telescope into itself.
Sabahi darani hobanchi habara.
I bet that you didn't realize I knew what the word reticulating meant, but I sure do.
Yeah!
I don't think I used that word correctly. Anyway,
I don't know.
I think I repeated it correctly.
I don't think reticulating.
I've seen a lot of motions.
It is now. Oh, great. Nicely done.
Those were awesome.
Silly. Yeah.
The different versions of yes-anding and, Liz's motions with no actual words really is an interesting play
I
off
get
the
the
last
easiest
game,
job.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though. I mean, it's like the topic that we had before. There's so many different things besides conflict. There's persuasion, all these things that happen in a workplace that don't happen as frequently in normal life. And to be forced to not use any words that are real, but use only the body language and not just the face this time, and the face, that's a fun thing.
That's a cool thing to pick up on because actually this is a game. So you're sort of seeing the show version, but if you were to take classes, and sometimes we do this in trainings, we do all gibberish for that exact reason, Mark. And that is to show you that you have all these other tools besides words, but we so heavily rely on words that when you're kind of forced not to, it does show you like, wow, I'm using my face, like you said earlier, or even just motioning.
You know what I think also, sorry, I was just going to say about you people, it's such an amazing collection of people. You're also very different and so talented in your own way, all 4 of you. And then James and I are different than you. And it's just so interesting.
But we started where you are. We started observing improvisers. I can speak to the fact that Brian and I were trained at the same place. We took classes together, and we would watch the Kathy Griffins and the Lisa Kudrows and all these amazing people on stage and just go, how do they do it? But over time, a part of you develops. And I guarantee you, if you were to do this for a year or 2, you would be able to do this. A version of you would come out and be able to do this very easily. We could end with a group novel, and you guys could join us with that. How does that sound? End on a novel? Okay. So what I'm going to do is just call out your name because we can't do spotlight, which is fine. And the idea of this is it's like we're all reading from the same book or have memorized the same book. So Sarah's going to talk for a while, and then I'll say Brian, and Brian will pick up right where Sarah leaves off, as if we're just following the same words. And then James will take, so you don't need to quickly try to finish your sentence. Just stop as if you've lost all your power, and the other person will pick up with the next word. And all you really need to do is listen and just try to make it make a little bit of sense and do your best. You don't try to, screw anyone over, which you guys wouldn't. So we're going to all read from a novel. And I'm a fan of a Western. I conduct it. So I say, Mark, and then you go until I say Liz.
Okay.
And it's almost like you have a microphone until I say someone else's name, and then you're done.
Hand it off.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a Western. And Mark, what is the name of our good guy?
Before we execute our premium action, I just want to thank you for fueling this movement on behalf of others. If you haven't yet, give the gift of premium at boldencounters.tv. It's the fastest, easiest gift you'll ever give. And it thrills the people who get it. They too get action plans every single week with experts and their very own breakthroughs. Give the gift of premium to someone you care about. Just go to boldencounters.tv. It takes just seconds. And pass that spark on to someone else. Thank you.
And Mark, what is the name of our good guy?
Dodo.
Exactly. This is the Adventures of Dodo.
Adventures of Dodo, okay. It's a Western.
Dodo, the well-loved Western book. And let's give ourselves some love. Yay! Ryan, start us off.
Dodo mounted his horse and took off fast as fire into the gorge. He took out his lariat and swung it around his head.
Liz.
And looped a spare cow he wasn't expecting to encounter. What a lucky day for Dodo. As Dodo continued on his horse, he ran into
James.
He had his 6 guns at his sides, and then when he ran into this man, he took him out and pointed him right at his face.
Nice. Sarah. And when he pointed them right at his face, he realized that man was his brother, Yo-Yo.
Mark.
Oh, Dodo and Yo-Yo, they started trotting away, and then as they looked up into the sky, they saw a big storm coming. And the thunder came, and the lightning started, and the rain fell.
And the rains fell, and Dodo and Yo-Yo said, our parents made our skin so thin that the rain is starting to make us bleed.
Brian.
And Dodo started bleeding out, and Yo-Yo jumped off his horse to save his brother. He wrapped up his bleeding rain wounds.
James!
And they decided, hey, we got to get this horse down so we can make some shelter. So they took the horse, they shot the horse, and then they started making cover.
And they started using the horse skin to build a coverage so that their delicate skin would no longer bleed. They used
Mark!
And then they went and they took the meat from the horse and they cut it up and they put it in a big pot.
Brian!
And made a gumbo like you'd never seen before.
Yay!
Gumbo of Dodo and Yo-Yo.
I mean, they now have sort of Cajun
Horse
names.
gumbo.
Those are sort names. That was the most disturbing Western I might have.
Sorry. I think I brought that in.
No, it's great.
Can I say something? It's like this game as well, a bunch of other improv exercises. They allow for creativity. I mean, because it's not just your brain. You're working with 5 other brains. You have no idea where they're going to go. And I thought it was just going to be like a guy, he catches a loose cow or whatever, like Liz. And then it's like, no, his brother shows up. Then there's almost like it's a gun threatening, but the rain burns their skin or what? What the hell? And then they kill and eat a horse. That's creativity. That's you're making all these different choices that your brain probably never would make. But when you throw it together with a bunch of other people, you get a lot more divergent thinking, which can lead to a lot more creative thinking. There's a million benefits off this stuff.
Sarah, I hope you weren't smoking something you shouldn't have been smoking when you turned the skin thin and had it bleed from the rain.
I'm smoking that.
Sarah loves a left turn. Sarah's brain loves a left turn. She's very creative.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Our parents made thin skin.
I wanted something to unite the brothers.
That's right.
We all have, some of us have a birthmark, some of us have
Thin skin. They have thin skin.
It brought the brothers together to kill the horse. Well done.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I want to give you the last word. I want you to get serious for a second, and I'd like you to set aside your modesty and talk about the impact you have on human beings in companies, and give us, I want to give you a little mic on that because it's really important, I think.
Wow. Thank you. Okay. So, I mean, I'm sure the rest of the team can jump in too, but I think what we love is seeing the transformation that happens with people. We're lucky enough to teach people over months and months and months, but we're also really excited to get to even work with people for half a day and see what, like we were just doing, let people play in a context of agreement and support and positivity, and a really beautiful side of people comes out. And that side is naturally creative and is naturally wanting to take care of each other. It's really the best if people show up to do improv. So we just feel very fortunate that we get to work with companies that are trying to do something different, that are trying to get their people happy or engaged or just to kind of break a pattern. And we love being part of that journey for them. And we're very proud, I think, at the level. I mean, you can see these are three of our star facilitators. They're just lovely people. They love people. They love seeing the best of people come out. And it really doesn't take a whole lot for that to happen. So,
yeah. I before signing off and thanking you, I want to, if I could, James, I'd love James. You know, we don't spend a lot of time together. We see each other twice a year, and yet I know him from decades of going to the same Christmas parties and things. But he's a serious sales leader out there, and I'm not really asking you to like say yes, this is the magic bullet or the pill or anything. But what do you see out there that this might relate to, at least, if even if it doesn't solve it or help it even?
Well, I think what I've talked about before, it brings people's personality out, it brings people's kind of real life out, and it brings their skills out too. And so you can, and I love the discussion that Brian had about different thinking, different ways of thinking, and those type of things. And you make it fun. And, you know, we're supposed to have fun. We're supposed to have joy in this world and have fun and have a good time. And people remember when they laugh. They remember when they have a good time. They leave that feeling good and they feel refreshed and they want to excel, right? And so, and when you have a company do that for people, they want to be a part of that company because it is fun and it's a good time. So I love what you guys are doing. It's different than anybody's doing, right? We usually just get a person that gets up there and talks to us for 2 hours, but you guys are making it fun for everybody. And so I love this kind of approach, and I've never even thought of this approach. And so I absolutely love it. And I'll definitely bring it to my leaders. So
yeah, I really love, it's such a great point that like there's persuasion and mandate and these heavier things in the workplace. Even if you're enabling or delegating as a leader, it's still very serious. And I love what you said, James. Like, if you make a point and it's critical for the organization or for your ideal clients' outcomes to get better, and you pair it or sandwich it with laughing on either side, it's going to be remembered. That point's going to be remembered. It's terrific. I just want to take a second, and I want to thank Liz and Sarah for talking to me. They were so nice. It's so funny that we met that way. I was doing small presentations and mingling, and I ran into you, and who knew you had this talent? I mean, you just seem like normal people, and you're like Superwoman, you know? And I'm so grateful, Brian, you'd agree to do it. I didn't know whether we were going to get you or not. I'm so thrilled. You added such a unique element, as I said earlier. James Wilson, a dear friend. And then, Holly, thank you so much for doing what leadership is, orchestrating the right team to accomplish something for someone you're trying to impact, which is my clients and your future clients, hopefully, and us. I think it was really, really fun.
Absolutely.
It was great.
I loved it.
Yeah, thank you. And I love what your podcast is about, what you're about. You know, the world needs more joy. Thank you for having us on. We had a great time. And this is
so
like
fun.
Our favorite thing to do, to be honest.
Yeah.
We love it.
And now it's my favorite thing to do as a year. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
we're going to do it with all his friends.
Fantastic.
We're going to,
yeah.
Really, thank you for jumping in.
Yeah, loved it. Loved it. Thank you.
I'm so glad we met and continue. We'll figure out what's next.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, guys. It's great to meet you.
Thank
you guys.
Meet you.
Even great leaders get stuck. Others thrive. I'm Mark Cook, New York Times bestselling author, president of Windfall Partners. We get leaders unstuck and thriving with their teams. Clients upgrade leaders' retreats and conferences with my 5-star keynotes and breakouts on leaders' bold encounters. Also, leaders get weekly consulting as they execute key steps. Plus, brief check-ins guarantee results, live or via Zoom. After turnarounds as chief executive and 9 global studies of 2 million award-winning leaders, I've coached 4,000 client wins at top brands with my approach in over 50 cities worldwide. My Bold Encounters is an advanced system for leading. First, powerful steps on a path forward. Second, problem-solving skills that beat obstacles fast. Leaders create revenue breakthroughs and clients see new profits. Now let's lead with Bold Encounters today.
Bleeding rain wounds.
Start leading your life's work right now.